I'm Eric Hayden. And there's no Nick Mason? Isn't that sad? Oh man, I didn't set up at all properly. Let's go get my chat window. This is Neon Static. I guess I got started too quickly without Nick here. We need chat. It's a just chatting stream. What's up? Yay. Nick is a deck box. He has become one with a deck box. Let's make that over there. It's nice and out of the way. Cool. All right. Sure. Should be good enough. How are we all doing, everybody? It is a Tuesday. It's the night before locals for me, and I have a bunch of illegal decks. And so I want to fix that. And I thought I'd do it with y'all. Okay, it's odd feedback just because I don't have another person in the room, so this is weird for me. Hey, Steve, hey, I'm Tom. 8-bit music vibe, never mind. Hey, Joel, diarrhea, neither. AA. So I see AA. I see you in chat a lot. Oh, your ears. I apologize for your ears. But hey, what's up? You're around the place in different Netrunner spaces. Who's gonna be Nick Mason today? Yeah, no, a deck box. Cruising just got Leslie's Spicy Corpse for NPCs. So that I actually just learned about the Philly NPC coming up. Is it next weekend or the weekend before, or the weekend after? For the first time, I didn't know there was going to be one in Philly. So yeah. Also, I guess we can go to my. I do have a scene. It's not my button there. I could. Oh, it's the wrong one. That's funny. All right. Well, let's skip that and just go straight to the main table. New console here at Neon Static. I got this pretty thing. This is a Keychron Q5 Max mechanical keyboard. And man, does it sound good. I also replaced the keycaps today with this nice like lilac set, and I'm really into it. I've had it for 2 days now, and it's fun. I like it. This is my first foray into mechanical keyboards. Yeah, we could do ASMR. I'll just type the whole time. I don't know how, like, if the condenser mic picks that up very well to the point where it fully conveys the nice noises that it does. But anyway, I have this. Thank you. The lilac is nice. Don't tell Ian. Why? Is Ian an anti-fucky mechanical keyboard guy? Or is he really into it? And he won't be able to stop talking about it forever? Because I have a friend. Hey, Johnny, are you watching? Johnny, one of the original hosts of Neon Static, actually, is really into mechanical keyboards. And when I got frustrated with my current keyboard, this one, the Logi Silent Tech Silent Touch, it was making me mad because I'd have it here on my lap. Let's go back to main. I'd have it on my lap here as I was playing games and like wanting to type in cards to pull up, and the wireless connectivity would like cut out, and the receiver's literally like 2 feet away from me. So I decided it was time. Oh, it was time to get a new one. He collects click-clack poker chip all the time, and this is just so much better. It is nice. So yeah, I have a bunch of illegal decks, and I figured we'd go through. I do have the ability. I should have the ability. Great. We can browse Netrunner DB. I think we'll do that in a little bit. I think for now, I'd like to go through the decks that I have. I have one that I've been brewing that I can show the list, and then I physically need to build it. And that's it. So as we're hanging out, if anybody has anything in particular they want to talk about, I'm down. I'm down to chat. I've got my big hug mug with decaf chai tea. And it's quite nice. Okay. So I think we'll put this aside for a moment. I think it's okay here. So I usually do this like once every 2 weeks, usually Monday or Tuesday night before locals. And I take my decks and I either find what's stale, pick out a deck for the next stream to feature. Oh, you're right. It's not chai tea. I did watch that Spider-Man. It's not chai tea. That's like saying it's TT. Ian does shuffle those chips. Yeah. Yeah, pick out a deck to feature, or just what I've been feeling, or kind of browse around and see what's new in the world of Netrunner DB, and always be running reports for decks to check out so we can get a couple reps in with them at our locals on the off weeks when we don't have this normal stream. This is an odd one. And I guess we'll start with this one. While I'm going through this, how is everybody doing? Like, hope everybody's doing well. Worlds is coming up quickly. I think is it how many weeks away? It is currently the 23rd. 1, 2. Why can't I do basic? 1, 2, 3. 3 weeks away, and yeah, like a handful of days. It's getting here really fast. And I have a feeling that's going to sneak up on me big time. Also, the poker chip order, for anybody who has been, I know at least, I think Dan had an order, and I don't know if anybody else in chat has an order they're waiting for on the poker chips, but I put the orders in, and now I'm in the period where I'm waiting. Everybody did a good job with like getting the payment sent over on time and stuff. That was awesome. It's the biggest order yet that I've done, and a lot more people ordered the ceramic poker chips than I expected. So this is just my set still. I don't have the new ones yet, but I think these ones outpaced the Neon Static chips. There's more of the ceramic John V's design. Well, NSG's design, John V's. It's his design. He did the outside here that he has bequeathed upon me. Bequeathed upon? Is that the right thing? Yeah, so that's exciting too. Doing pretty good. No idea what I want to do deck-wise for Worlds. 17 days until my very long Sydney to London flight. Sydney to London. How many hours is it, Tom? Also, if anybody has deck lists that they think are neat and cool and innovative. This is like a funny, feel free to suggest them. This is a funny time for Netrunner because everybody who is brewing and coming up with like cool new stuff is trying to keep it under wraps. Bestowed upon. Yes. Thank you, Joel. The Deon static chips are classic. Thank you. Thank you, Dan. I mean, these ones are really nice. It's great. I honestly love both sets, and like, you know, I am kind of go a week with this set and then go a week with the other set. I like using them both. I think that for me, just because of habit, I've been using that set for so long and using spin downs that I tend to, like, if I bring this set, I'll bring the tag and the core, but I don't tend to use like the virus chips. I use the power counters on certain cards, especially like I don't know, like Solidarity Badge. I'll use a power counter on Nuka. I have actually been doing like install, click Nuka, and put a power counter on because it's just one usually. But like anything more than two, I'll tend to use a spin down from Burger Tokens. I have so much cool new stuff, but half the people call it ass until I make cut with it somewhere. Yeah, well, that's your way. Sydney to Singapore is 8 hours. Singapore to London is 22 hours in the air. Oh, man, how long is the layover, too, Tom? Hopefully enough of a buffer that it's not, like, nerve-wracking. All right, let's look at my deck. Yeah, share decks that you think are worth looking into. I won't promise that I'll build them since I can only build a handful. But also, I thought this might be an interesting thing for anybody who's a newer player who like finds deck building annoying. I think the system that I have worked out is pretty good because I build like 2 or 3 decks every 2 weeks. And so I kind of have to be somewhat quick about it. I guess the first thing is that I have, you can see they're not perfectly framed or anything, but my deck boxes are I like the 3,000 tall deck boxes. And I, at some point a long time ago, made these cardboard dividers from files on Board Game Geek. I cut up, like printed on paper, cut them out and on chipboard and used like spray glue. I like handcrafted these dividers. And I just kind of loosely, I do, by faction and then type, so identities, programs, hardware, events, resources for criminal here. And then I leave stuff sleeved. I use the same sleeve cover colors forever. I've got this, I think this is Glacier, dual mats for Runner. And then these ones are Wraith. And I've been buying that same color pack over and over again, and you can definitely see, especially on the Wraith ones, they're like not quite the same. So when I go to a tournament, I have to buy a fresh pack and sleeve it up. But for streams and casual play, it's good enough. And I just tend to leave like what is more frequently used towards the front of a section, and then what's less frequently used towards the back. And so when I deck build, I break everything down, and then I'll go through and just pull them out by section. It's usually how it goes. So this is the deck that I have been like kind of brewing. Not the deck list of the week. Not that one. COS deck, question mark? Spoilers. No, the answer is no. I'm not going to play a Dow deck for COS. New Corp deck. I don't have it named. But this is it. It's a Djupstad AU Co deck with seamless launch. And it's like not bad. It's okay. I don't know if this is like the perfect list. Nick has arrived. Hey, it's Nick. Nick, do you want to like join voice chat? We could just chat even across the voice. It would be fun. I need a corp list. Give me something I can't screw up too bad. Impossible. I can screw up anything. Wrong, Eric. It is bad. What is bad? This list? Oh, yeah. Ooh, gross. 1.5 hour layover. It's pretty quick. Yeah. It's the same plane. That's good. Just like enough. It can't leave without you. Making a Taya, put in 3 elevation grid. No, so, okay. Maybe. elevation grid. I'm gonna get it. It is an upgrade here. I'm not looking at chat. There it is. Makota Langi grid. This one. I should Makota. Yeah, autocorrect on Elvgar. No, yeah, he actually meant this. Or not. If I post it, that means it unshapes the meta. Yeah, exactly. Also, Nick, I only have complicated decks this time. Also, let me do this for a second just so I can pull up cards. Just a moment. I didn't do the full, like, rigorous check since it was a more casual thing. Images. Ooh, man, my eyes. So I'm excited because I just got a handful of upgrades for the studio ordered. Where are my images? Card, this one. Great. Pull this over here. Now we can pull up cards. Now where's OBS so I can make sure I'm doing it right? Yep. All right. So there's yeah, Marsha Ballard. All right. Just make sure that's working. And we wanted Makota Langi. How do you even spell Makota? Oh, that helps to be able to spell the card. Mahkot. Yay, it works. Okay. Atea is cool. Shannaros. Hey, I'm about to find decks for Worlds Showdown here. Yeah, definitely not going to find decks for Worlds. Everybody's full of secrecy lately. Exactly. I really don't like this. As a person who net decks like 95% of his decks, I find this period infuriating. The Showdown? Oh, World Showdown. That's right. The online tournament that Abraham's running, right? That is this weekend? I should be practicing. Reading the card spells the card. Nick, you're not going to hate the clicking. It's the best click. It's nice. It's really good. Isn't that nice? I like it. And you should too. And don't be a grump. Open to sharing decks with people as long as they're not like in the big 4 to 5 testing groups. Yeah. Well, that does seem to be a thing where everybody then gets a hold and understands what the deck is. As much complaining about it as I do, I get it. It is honestly like if I thought this Djupstad deck was like gonna do great, I probably wouldn't be sharing it here. But it's something that I've been, kicking around a little bit. And I played a couple of games with Nick, and he like didn't punish me on it. He didn't like go and challenge my assets, which I think might make the deck crumble. But it did its thing. It was cool. And I had an idea for it today, and I couldn't remember. I think it was maybe just putting in like a copy of Urtica Cipher just to have like a free installable that made people scared of checking things, just one. Where's the hot tub, Brennan? I mean, I would do this in a hot tub. Clicking is nice, indeed. Content creator curse can't have screen secret brews. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, that's the deck list. This deck that I have in front of me, however, I guess I'll just go to the playmat for this part, which, good, we can do that. This deck is not that deck, so first I have to break one down. And so usually what I do for breaking down a deck is I'll just try and roughly, as I'm going displaying cards out, I'll try and keep them roughly like agendas and operations and things like that. Here's assets, here's ice, kind of roughly in the same area. I'm curious how all of you do this too. And like, that's a neutral asset. The keyboard will get in the way here a little bit. I'm not too rigorous about it though. Like if I get Oh, touch-ups. That's banned. See, this is the main reason why a lot of these decks need to go away. There's the Cerebral and the Clearinghouse. Man, I really quite like this deck, and I don't think that touch-ups kills it. But man, yeah, Clearinghouse and Moon Pools were a lot of fun together. Look at that beautiful Sting. Oh, that's right. Sting is also gone. It's so annoying. Yes, it is the Neon, Brennan. Hello. Oh, Sting. That's a good card. You should include that. You even have the good alt art for it. Thank you, Nick. Nick, how do you break down decks? I'm curious. How does everybody do this? Is everyone like, this is a bit annoying, but do y'all do this? Did I run out of room? And I will hover around. Have I not done an anemone? No, I haven't, I guess, yet. Snap, snap, snap. Ban list killed my Leo deck. Rip my little cyber buddies. What was your Leo cyber sand thing? What were you doing? This Fly Swatter alt art by Kate is a good time. I kind of like it. I love it, in fact, because it is Mario Paint, and that harkens back. So I'm wearing a My Favorite Murder Live t-shirt. I don't know if anybody in chat is a murderino or is the partner of one, potentially. But my wife and I got to go see them do a live recording in Boston this past weekend, which was a lot of fun. Got the shirt there. I do a quick bulk sort by card type, then sort each little pile of agendas, assets, etc. to get back to any DB. Whoa, any DB order? Sharon, that's a lot. Vovo, Harvesters, good honest resin ice. So just trying to res your ice cheaper. The keyboard sounds like someone rapidly cracking their knuckles. Nick, you're gonna have to deal with it because it's really nice. Yeah, I got what you meant. Netrunner DB order is so like I will totally group them by card type, and I don't always again do it as rigorously as this. But now that I've done this, I'll just put them ice, ice, ice. Oh, I always have something like anemones or 2 stacks there. I'll just put the ice away. Although in this case, I am rebuilding. I'm rebuilding this deck. So let's see what Blood in the Water. There's 2 of that, and I'll usually just go down the list. 3 Fujis, 3 hybrids. All right, we don't have a hybrid. Oh, and this will be awkward. I'm going to move the keyboard. For this section, because I'm going to be doing this a lot. My Favorite Murder is Pretty Flip, one of the OG podcasts. Yeah, Brennan, for sure. NRDB order is a good way. Make sure everything is there. I do the same thing, but for breaking down a deck, but I don't bother separating individual cards. I just do piles type faction. Yeah, sometimes if I'm in a hurry, I just do them by Jinteki Ice in a pile, and it won't even be sorted. If I'm putting it all away, it's by set by card type order. So the number lookup works for me. Whoa. How long does that take? Does it take you a long time? Do you find that it saves you that much time or more time than it takes you to do it? Or is it just like, I need it to be in order? Then I go through again with my collection to grab anything else I need. Yeah. All right, so Fuji's, we were on agendas. So yeah, and usually I'll just take the whole pile of agendas out and do that. There's my stings. Oh, this had better get unbanned because it's so good. And I usually take my banned cards and move them out, but I'm not going to do that just yet. What am I looking for? Hybrids. Oh, I got Joel's stings. I'm a playset per penny sleeve kind of guy. Yeah. Mine's all in binders. A block per binder. Oh, I see. Gate elevation ashes. So binders, I find like maybe make a little more sense, or like might be easier to do the like properly sort of thing because you have a spot that opens up There we go. 3 hybrids. 3 hybrids because, and like, if you're looking at this list going, there's an obvious change that you think that should be in there, let me know what it is. I'm curious. But triple hybrids just so that we can slam, install advanced score off of a Djupstad that's on the board somewhere. I thought about greasing the palm for a second instead of seamless launch. There's no tags in the list, and I don't want to like put in Phononatria just to like maybe get a tag. There's a bite. Bite can give a tag, I suppose. But I thought about the idea of bladderworts. I thought about bladderworts because resin Djupstads are expensive, and I don't know if I can fit in a bladderwort in this list. It's kind of tight because I don't know if I need 3 Hanseis, 2 hedge. Maybe 3 Hanseis and 3 bladderworts instead. I don't want to be like necessarily low. It's not about necessarily doing the damage, but being able to duck down with the Djupstads seems good. I'll trade egg for sting. What egg? I got an egg. I got egg. There's egg. Then promos and alt arts and a chaotic mess of binders by sign/group. Yeah. All right. Hybrid release. This is actually going to be a very bad display of like, oh, look how long it takes Eric to build a deck, because usually I'm done by now. But okay. Agendas. Check. We can put away. These are the 2. I took out the longevity serum. I'm not sure if that's right. A 3/2 seems good. A single bite. I just want to put in this thing. I think bladderworts might need to go in. Need to figure that out. Where's my bites? Reaper function I know is in there. There's a bite. What else? Cohorts, yes. Moonpool, FUT, spin. Those are all already accounted for, so we can do that. Binders are nice for me because I'm very visual when it comes to things like that, yeah. I do all my deck building, most of my deck building, like 95% of it on Netrunner DB, and then I just do this and I follow the list. All right, so if I'm going to edit this list, I think we do take 2 hedge funds out. It feels a little rough. And we're going to put bladderworts in. And now I need to cut a card. I don't know if that is the bite or the Reaper function. Probably the Reaper. I want to have the Anoetic in there just so that like the Djupstad, if you see an upgrade, you don't know that it's a Djupstad, but I'm not 100% positive. The Anoetic is just kind of panic in case I need to score. Quick, everyone, tell me what to cut. What's your vote? All right. TR run, bladderwort, bite, triple cohort. I know you're on here. Quickest way I do, which ends up being about 10 to 15 minutes per deck, is I memorize the deck I'm building, then go through my current decks, sort by what's needed, not unsleeve, what's not, yeah. Then go through my binder and put the stuff back in. And out, in and out at the same time. I'm going to switch to binders probably after locals. After locals? What do you mean after this current locals? Just because it does seem so good with the blocks. I tried binders for other games, but it's not great. Yeah. Okay. Cohort. 2 Moonpool. 2 Moonpool seems like also a little painful, but I don't know if I'm going to res 3 Moonpools. And it doesn't have quite the same effect here. Reaper function. Triple spin. Spin seems very important. Triple Hansei review. Oh, I missed the FUT. Moon pools. I like to do it like in card order just so that I can kind of flip through in case I end up missing a card. Triple Hansei, triple Petty, double seamless launch. That's different. This seemed like just a good way of, I don't know if this is the right answer. I'm open to the idea of spending this influence in a different way. First, I got like full art seamlesses all over the place. There we go. Let's use these ones. I'm going to unsleeve and get the full arts because that's more fun. Okay. For a corporation with pretty much zero oversight, there sure are a lot of review cards. What do you mean? Review cards? Oh, Hansei review? Ah. That's true. AU Co basically does have zero oversight. I get what you're saying. Jinteki. What else is a review? Or just peer review? Yeah, okay. Anoetic. Anoetic is over here somewhere. Virus. Are there other upgrades? Is there like an Adrian, a Mitra maybe? Do I care about a Mitra? So like I could bring back my anemones. I don't hate that. I'm curious about putting a Mitra in instead of the Anoetic. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to fire the Anoetic reliably. Daniela seems tough. And then Lethea Nisai, which is just the saddest card that does it even really exist? I'm not sure. Mitra slaps. Lethea. Like, what is that card? If you asked me to read the text, I couldn't do it right now. The first time each run, the runner approaches this server, you do a side game, reveal the credits. If you and the runner spend a different number of credits, you may trash this upgrade and force the runner to approach the outermost piece of ice protecting the server. Okay, so maybe you got to go through again, but you got to trash it. The idea is AU Co. This is a lot of upgrades to consider. I mean, it's 2 Djupstads and 1 Anoetic right now. But I'm just considering swapping the Anoetic for a Mitra. Oh, that's right. I don't have the deck list up anymore for you to see. It's here. That's the deck list. I think maybe I might try swapping the Mitra for the Anoetic. Or the Anoetic for the Mitra, rather. That seems cool. Let me give it a shot. All right, seamless. Let's change that in the actual list. Go to 0 Anoetics. And we'll do 1 Mitra. $13 Ice is probably fine for Mitra, but Void just go to... Yeah, I mean, Void is very good, but also, like, I don't know if I want to be trashing cards in AU Co. I know it triggers the ID, but it doesn't really seem like a lockout kind of deck that I can build like a death remote. And Mitra can recur an anemone, and that'd be pretty good. Or like, surprise, surprise, it's an empiricist or something. I don't know. 1 copy of empiricist. I'm also not like positive on this ice spread, but all right, 2 Djupstads. Djupstad. Ice. All right, we gotta have some of it. We have fly swatter. Oh, right, this was like a very, pretty much iceless. Asset. These are all gonna go in there. I want to see the top of my head real good. Okay. Yeah, come on. I do know I want to trigger my ID, but I don't know if I want to do it with friggin'... Oh, man. Blanking. This isn't good. Anoetic Void. There it is. That was pretty bad. All right, Boto. Seisenton, we got one. No, I took the Seisenton out. And I also took the Vampirognathus out. All right, triple Anemone. One Samaxamoon. There should be 3 Tatubola. I think that's right. I think 3 Tatubola seems right. 2 Fly Swatter. We got the Anemone. Where's the Boto? 1 Boto. I think having a Bathynomus in the deck actually makes sense. There's an Empiricist. Because I probably want to ice Archives of this, like, at some point. And if I see a Bathynomus, I'm not sad. Should we call a judge for illegal deck size / agendas? Yeah, I need to cut a card. So tell me, what card do you think should be cut? Mica Web. Man, nope. I never feel like I want to include that card in a deck. Has anyone, like, actually done Mica Web and been successful with it? I don't know. There's Bathynomus. Tithe. And I think we might be good. It's a 1 of in every Jinteki you run. Wow. You think it's the bite? Because I want to discourage just check every card that I install. I don't know. Cloud Eater. All right, Tithe. Let's get the Tithe. I think you're right. Is this all of my ice? We did in order. Boto, where are you? I know I put a Boto in order. Boto, Samaxamoon, Tatubola, Fly Swatter, Triple Anemone, Bathynomus, Empiricist, and yeah, Tithe. All right. So this one's built. What else is built besides cutting a card and putting a Tithe in? Unless the Tithe is the cut. The Tithe could be the cut. Bathy, you think cut the Bathynomus? What are we hoping to seamless? So the See How They Run, if I get a See How They Run on the board at some point, seamlessing that out seems pretty good. The Fuji. Like, I don't have Regenesis, so I think at some point I probably need to, like, seamless or double seamless a Fuji. Otherwise, they're mostly there to be dangerous because I've done a core or two. I feel like the threat of having like a couple of core damage and maybe if I score or See How They Run, it's just on the table at some point behind a piece of ice that they don't check. That's my plan. Bathy is one of in every deck. Oh, I see. Where's the Tithe? I don't want to forget that. Ice. RLC may be better. You can still set up fast advanced plays with Moonpool that way. That might be cool. I kind of like that. Is there any reason why a Rhyme or a Palisade, I don't know if like a Palisade or a White Space might make sense instead of the Tithe. Tithe is pretty good, though. It triggers the ID, and it is a pain in the butt to break. I kind of like it. But if I do RLC, then I probably want a third Moonpool. I guess I'll cut the bite. I'll take that out of the deck. RLC, huh? If RLC like let you advance, it'd be busted. It'd be super busted. Drawing 2 won't really matter. Gaining 2 might. Oh, the red level clearance is cool because I could install the Djupstad if there was an agenda on the board, but I didn't have the Djupstad and I like top decked it or something. So I could Djupstad. Oh yeah, right. Installing either a Djupstad or a Moonpool or something like that. If I was running against a Jinteki deck and they res a Palisade, I would call a judge. I'll give this a try. I mean, like, the seamlesses haven't, like, blown me away in the handful of games that I played, so this is worth a shot. Seamless. A couple of sleeves. I know I have a bunch of them sitting around. That's the main way to use RLC. It's how the Core PD uses it. Well, the Core PD also is running humanoids, though. You know, to be able to, like, RLC a humanoid down and bop it seems pretty good. All right, that's the deck. I wish everybody could feel... Well, actually, this one's pretty good. But the actual, like, consistency... this is hard to do. You can sort of see on the side there... Actually, I'd probably have more success if I do this. That my card sleeves, after so long, are an inconsistent grip on the side. Oh, this is better than normal. All right, that's cool. Alternatively, I could just like try and jam a game of this with jam a game of this on JNet and like make sure that it actually works. But this seems good. Let's try that. Let's change the seamless to red level. Keyboard feels good. Sorry, Nick. Do I go a third moon pool? And if so, do I cut like a bladderwort? Or a Reaper function? Ugh. Reaper functions are so good if you're running Blood in the Water. They do only cost 2 to trash, though. Cut an ice? Probably not. No, 2. Let's just try 2. I think that's about right. So, deck name. Also important. Put a couple of these away while I'm thinking deck name for this deck. It has to be something about Djupstad. Purple something. Violet Menace. That's super generic. Assets. Yeah. I'm not sure. Operation. Neon Shitter. Oh, come on. You know how I feel about that. It's not really like, it is kind of part of the game plan, but it's not like core to the game plan. I'm not really like 3 of them. Mitosis. What a card, Mitosis. Assets, operations. All right. Evil to the core. Ooh, fried egg. I like that. Ooh. No, what's it called when you poached egg? Poached eggs. Because it's underwater. Djupstad is underwater. Get it? I like it. We're gonna call it poached egg. Omelette du fromage. Okay, now, what's popular? What's everybody like been doing lately? Actually, let me see what else I have to break down. Oh, touch-ups, you had a time. So I have the ob that was Augustus Caesar's ob. I feel like there's still something here. You know, it's got humanoid and cyber sands that got banned, and so that's a problem. But have there been reincarnations of this that is promising? I think that's probably all of it. It's Yakov's. I think it's 2 spins, Zados. It's triple Stavka. It's got a half rune in it. I feel like this deck is going to be an easy thing to fix. I forgot to inform you that the UK Nats winning AU was called Poached Eggs. Damn it! Deviled Egg. Yeah, Deviled Egg is cool. I like that. Damn it. I thought I was being super original. I mean, I guess I was to me, although I did like build that list. It has to be deviled egg and not deviled eggs. Yeah. Yeah, I like deviled egg. I still think it's perfectly fine. The ob diarrhea. So let's search for ob. Has anybody like posted anything since the banning for ob? And I guess what? Stavka. We definitely want a Stavka. Continentals, yeah, it's this one. Who would have thought more money is better? Nothing. Can you? I'm sure you can sort by date. People are dooming about ob because they're cowards. Jonald's ob. Save the cat. Jonald ob, is this ban list compliant? Skunkworks, Bladder War. Oh, it's a kill. It's one of the kill obs. I don't want to play the kill ob. Also, it's kill ob without. No, it's got Cyber Sand. This is, yeah. Well, I know I have. You can't see the screen. Thank you so much. All right, let's copy this in and see how we can fix it. Because it's largely there. There are 5 cards. So it's like, let's play with the sim influence and see what it needs to change. Copy into my decks. Thank you. It is copied. And we're going to edit and remove the humanoids and the cyber sands. I think we're removing the humanoids. Maybe we keep one in. I'm not sure if there's a thing that we can ladder down from 2s. Why is hedge fund rotate? Oh, it's like the rotated version of hedge fund. That's funny. All right. So what do we have? I guess if we totally cut the humanoid, but it's something that we can consider. We have 4 influence, and we have to put in 5 cards. So usually when I'm like shopping around for influence, I'll just go to the other 3 factions in this case, sorry. And say asset, ice, probably like I kind of go ice later. Asset, operation, upgrade, and especially in ob, it's probably just upgrades and assets and then sort by influence. I don't know if ob connoisseurs are doing something other than that, but and like kind of picking through. Is there anything with a trash cost? Let's do a search. There we go. Calvin? Oh, that's the wrong. No, what's the extra click guy? Bass. 3 to res, then goes down to 2. Huh. I wonder if there's a bass line. I'd only be able to fit 1 in, but that could be okay. Yeah. All right, thanks. What else could we... So Moonpool is removed from game, not a trash. Auto campaigns? I think that would be a tough sell, but it's possible. A baseline. Like auto campaign, it is 3 influence. Just because it could go from 2, trash itself, go down to 1 to go get the humanoid. That'd be a pretty bonkers turn. The problem is it has to survive 3 turns. Yeah, I agree, Shannon Rose. Yeah, auto trash the humanoid is. I'm looking for twos, but that's you gotta defend that really hard. Although it might be like really good bait into the Stavka. Adonis campaign. What are we talking about? What's our standard collection build? Let's do the current ban list. Why was Adonis campaign in there? Ganked. Idiosyncresis. That's not great. In fact, it's pretty bad. Is Mitra worthwhile? Would be nice. Ooh, Nico campaigns. I kind of don't mind a Nico. It's not like as blazing fast and nasty. I don't know. I kind of think Nico's okay. Because people are going to go a little bit less crazy trying to trash it. Storgenic resonated. The first time each turn you trash a card that matches the faction of the runner's identity. Place one power counter on this asset. Click hosted power counter, do a net damage. I had no idea how this card worked. Yeah, I have anthills, but anthills are 3, aren't they? Yeah, they're 3. Oh, so you're just saying that they're overlapping, and I don't like the money's not really doing much for me. You're probably right. I'm learning into it too much. See you, Brennan. Hey, Kevin. Trying to figure out what to put into Ob, into Augustus Caesar's Ob, now that Cybersand's borked. And I'm not quite sure what it is. It's everything seems bad. Reaper function in Storgenic is funny, but it's a different deck. Yeah. Where's Reaper function? Yeah, this is scoring, and I did enjoy scoring for sure. Wait, why can't I see Reaper function? There it is. That is 3 into 2. Do 2 net damage. Hollow Man, yes. What's going on? I'm like, collection is missing cards here. System update, elevation. Oh, because I have trash. That's why. Hollow seems pretty good. Yeah, thanks, Shenros. Yep. That's 3 influence. Oh, I already have a Hollow Man. I put a there's already a Hollow Man in there. It does seem to have a problem. What are you doing with this influence? 4 influence. Yes, for sure a 3rd spin. I can't stand running 2 spins. All right. We need 4 cards. Mavirus. I go with 3rd Mavirus. Now we have 2. And I don't need the 3rd Mavirus. Why do I need the 3rd Mavirus? The 3rd Mavirus is going to get me another 2 cost, or I can go find that Hafrun. The Hollow Man. There's 1 Mitra. Tukana, Yakov. Front company? Right. Yep. Fetching Hollow Man and Ob is pretty good. Does a moon pool ever make sense here? Probably not. Fought was cool for the damage deck. But if we're not doing damage, then I don't know what we're doing. Powers that be? Powers that be's okay. Kind of like that. If we're jamming. Do we need better ice? Is there like a kick-ass ice that we can go fetch for 1 or 2 influence? I haven't been looking at ice. How much econ does the deck have again? Anthills, extract, hedge fund. It probably needs a 3rd extract. Or, well, a 3rd hedge. Right, because it was kind of going off the back of the humanoids. I guess I could just say 3rd extract. And now we're at 49 cards. A big deal? Yeah? Maybe. Scoring an SDS like out of nowhere would be pretty cool. Would you ever have that much money? I wouldn't mind like having the money. Regolith? 1 Regolith seems correct in most obelists. So cut him a virus for sure. We need the half run. Big deal. That sure is 5 influence, huh? So now I'm 3 short. Cut a Mitra. One more. I don't want to cut a spin. But I also really need the half run. Oh, powers. That's right. I forgot I put it in there. It wasn't popping out at me. All right, so I need a card. I need money then. Yakov makes a lot of money as things get trashed. It's like a lot of expensive ices, pieces of ice, though. Huh. Oh, I've been kind of off in the corner the whole time, huh? Yeah. It might just be a second regolith mining license. The Sphedagore, like a singleton Sphedagore. I guess fetching zeros could be nice. What makes money? I kind of, this is interesting. I'm going to keep it simple. Armed asset protection. Yeah? That's actually not too bad. Because you're trashing a lot of stuff with Ob. Be worth a try. I don't know. I kind of feel like maybe a second regolith might be the way, though. Just because if they trash one, you still have one on the deck. Maybe you can go fetch it off the back of them. A virus. I'm going to get rid of the armed asset. I'm going to do the boring thing. All right. So this is the deck. So we have to get a third spin. You can tutor, yeah, you can tutor it, except for if it gets trashed, then having a second seems okay, especially if I'm trying to big deal at some point. I know it's slow. I don't know. Triple extract. I feel like I'm going to be trashing a lot of stuff anyway. All right, let's find the big deal. top-down solutions? No. All right, there's a big deal. We need another spin. Get rid of the humanoid, and the cyber sands are banned, so they don't go back in the binder or the box. Double regolith was not in there before. Double regolith. And then the third extract. And the third hedge fund. I changed some stuff around here, huh? Let's go find... Oh, right. My my operations for neutral cards are under upgrades because I lost that divider a long time ago. Which hedge funds should I play? The old school NASX ones. That's the re-release of the original core set. Okay, Mavirus, Stavkas, Log Jams. Right, there is one hedge fund. Oh, I was already playing the NASX one, so I can just put 2 back in there. We need another extract. The Mitra comes out. All right. This all looks correct. Okay. So we're putting third spin in. We've already done third hedge. So 1 spin, 1 hedge, 2 regoliths, and a big deal. That seems right. I'll count the cards. Make sure we're at 49. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. This will be fun. Good TV. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 14. Y'all playing, anybody playing Silksong? I am nearing the end of Act 1, I think. It is a hard and good game. I was a huge fan of Hollow Knight. I haven't found enough time to really jam hours and hours. Short. 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, short a card. Oh man. Sorry, you got to go play. Oh man, it's so good. And wonderfully affordable. Armed asset. Oh yeah, that's from back before. All right, what card am I missing? Tucana, Holoman's in there. Tumavirus, 1, 2. Triple hedge fund. 1, 2. Where's the third hedge? Come on, hedge fund. Is that it? No, 3. 1, 2, 3. Extract. I think it's that. 1, 2. I think I'm missing an extract. 1, 2. Yeah. It's the extract. I never put it in. Look at these ducks. Measured response. Well, got the shiny end of the lines there. I have a lot of end of the lines and killing. People really do like the alt arts for killing people. Does KPI make any sense? Or a business? Probably not. I hate government subsidy. I hate it. Extract. Now we have a full deck. All right, check. It's going to be great. People do like murder. I agree. All right, so we've got an ob built. I have like a big Topon. I've got a Muesli Hot. I've got a Leo. I've got my AU Co. Now I need to make sure that I have like appropriately. See what my runner situation. Just like my accounting of decks for locals, I like to have roughly equal corp versus runner options. All right. Is the BTL still legal? It probably is. These are all my decks that I have built besides teaching decks. I have the Deadly deck, which is like a brain burner and a lot of fun and very different. The big Topon. Big Topon. Get rid of the card preview for a moment. Muesli Hot. I believe this should all still be legal. Reprise, Bravado, Docklands, Finality, Burner. What version is this? Swift. Is this something that Nick? Charm Offensive. What is this? Marjana. Did I build this? Estebrado. This feels like a Nick brew. Huh. That's kind of neat. I don't even know where that came from. Nothing got banned on the runner side unless you had info bounties. Right. But I don't know where that list came from, but it's interesting. All right, so then the last one. So I know that's legal. This is like a standard Leo. This is like the Snareburst Leo. That's the AU Co we just built, and the ob we just built, or the ob we just tweaked, rather. And then this is a BTL that is... I forget which BTL this is. I think this is Emily's BTL from Montreal. And I believe this is all still legal too. I like these spins. The Zuff spins. Very cool. This is, Biawak. Green Mail. Mersha. Measured response. It's a triple measure. Yeah, triple measure deck. All right, so that's all still legal. This is a misery to play against, though. But it allows me the opportunity to play this sweet acrylic from Alexis Spicer, which I'm happy about. I think I'm good on my deck lists for locals, then. I don't really feel like I need to build another runner unless there's something very exciting out there. Is there one more runner that makes sense? Like, I've got all the factions represented. I do love me a Zaya. Woodpecker, 700 games of Baz? What? No NBN, no. Pre-achieved. I just can't really bring myself to play NBN right now because it's so bad. He did say he had all factions represented. Yeah, that's right. I mean, right now, NBN just got... Like, it was really just the Nebula deck. And Nebula can for sure, like, I think it maybe can score, and there's probably something out there. I don't really love playing Nebula, to be perfectly honest. I find it a little one-dimensional. But with touch-ups removed, I think it got a lot of the wind taken out of its sails. I think Nebula really like touch up, and Synapse is like, I've tried to build Synapse. I actually went through and attempted to build Synapse at some point, and oh my goodness, it is so the power levels of those two IDs. I can't even understand. They're so far apart. It's worlds apart. It really, Synapse needs some support cards in the next set in order to actually be a thing. Mitosis Prov. But Touch-Ups is gone. Mitosis Prov is how that deck was any good. Also, yeah. I also miss R+, honestly. I like, just because it was powerful. And it was probably too powerful, but it was like, I don't know, I played plenty of events with R+ and lost a lot. But it did let you be the evil villain pretty well. Like the core power fantasy was achieved through that deck. Yeah, I don't know. Like right now, without something like the Bologna coming off the ban list or something like that, I think, and in that case, maybe I'm not sure if Nebula like really loves that, but I'm gonna wait on. I've done my fair share of NBN. Don't really feel excited to play like GameNet. No, thank you. Although again, incredible acrylics that like I want to play for all these things. I've got this GameNet. This is another Lexus Spicer. Can I actually show this off? It's like a bubble bobble. It says Double Dino. GameNet acrylic. And I actually, because of owning this, tried to play GameNet for a while after Worlds last year, and it is just miserable for everybody involved. Epiphany, I suppose, maybe. Is there like an Epiphany thing? I don't know. I guess Epiphany's probably the deck that I would consider the most exploring. So what is this? What's this woodpecker thing? Transfer Wealth, window 3 window, a DZMZ, wheels, twinning. Seen a GameNet that was made to look like a Game Boy card. Yeah, I know that was on sale at Worlds last year, and I think I've seen them in the Artist Colony stuff, Solmir, for this next Worlds coming up. And it's so sad because GameNet has some of the best like ID alts, and it is just the most miserable thing to play. And all of its support is gone, basically. Like Gold Farmer, completely gone. And I think if it came back, it would maybe it'd be okay. I'm not sure. I didn't live through the Gold Farmer times, and I know that like Ag was really in love with Gold Farmer. Now that Ag's gone, maybe it makes sense. I'm not sure. What about like a Loup? Like an actual real Anarch? Because this is like a bit memey. I am curious about. We're gonna do Anarch. Imagine Leo with Gold Farmer. What is the? I don't know. Do I have it? It's funny. I can't read the preview because it's so small, but you all can read it. A letter to beginnings and endings. Oh, this is like the very heartfelt write-up. It's funny because the hearts on this look like 174, but it's not a deck that I want to build. Curious about a Loup. Oh man, this Cacophony deck was a lot of fun. Yeah, these are real IDs, like a Seb list or a Hoshiko list, but is this good? This seems cool. This is a bit mulchy. Bling Loup with simul chips. Pinhole threading is always good in Loup. Ashen, Price, Twinning, Cookbook, and Cacophony. This is another acrylic. I'm like, what ID would I play? Well, what acrylic can I bust out? I've got a really good a Loup acrylic that I quite like. Might be that. Yeah, I think I'll put this together. I haven't tried to do a Lou in a while. Let's set these aside. Dewey and Ob seems like they make sense to put together. Let's see, what else is there to chat about and just chatting? Video games. I've recently finished a pretty good book that Nick has recommended to me. What is it called, Nick? Some of the P. Oh, man. Can I remember it without looking it? I should just look it up. Piranesi by Susanna Clark. It was very cool, and it is one of those that is unfortunate that it's like kind of the less that you say, the less you know about it, the better. Unfortunately. I guess the basic premise is that there's a person named Piranesi in the house, and the house is like this infinitely, it's a house with infinite rooms, with like white marble statues all over it, and the ocean tides that like beat up against the walls and then rise up through the stairs and stuff and flood the halls sometimes. And there's no one there besides Piranesi and the other. There's one other person who's the other. And you're kind of following along on Piranesi's journal entries and understanding what's happening, and, you know, a bit of a... Yeah, that's all I'll say. It's very cool. Hey, David, what? Me talking about the books I'm reading? Or also, I didn't show it off, but the keyboard has cool RGBs that I can make brighter. I think I have to make them brighter to actually be able to see them. Yeah, you can't really even see them. I can change there. I wonder if I turn the lights off real quick. Where'd I put my light clicker? Let's see. Let's get dark in here. I don't know if you can see that. But, like, it's got a reactive RGB thing, which is neat. And, what else? Yeah, it's funny. You can't really even see it because you can see it a little bit. Yeah, I'm going to turn the lights back on anyway. I think I'm going to turn the lights back on. Oh, maybe my batteries. My clicker's bad. Oh, there it comes. Got to replace the batteries. I've been keeping these off to try and keep the... I don't know how long the battery on this thing lasts. It seems like it should be a good long time, but... All right, Lou. Ashen Epilogue. Runner cards. I'm going to pull these a little closer. Ashen. Where are my events? There we go. There's an Ashen. 2 pinholes. I recently got... Oh, I'm going to take like one of these out to make a little more room. I think we can move the actual... There we go. That's better. Events. Pinhole threadings. 2 of those. And some sleeves. Because I got new alt arts. I love pinhole threading in Loup. I love it. It is like his best card. Pinhole threadings, 3 steel skins. Naturally. I have such a selection of steel skins to play now. I've got the hearts that I quite like. And I've got the ones from Run Together, which I have not done, but I think since I also have the coins, I think I'll do those. And strike funds. Is there finality in the deck? No. It's Lou. Loud Lou. All right. Right, we're not going to do those. We're going to do these steel skins. Sleeving up some decks. Joel now knows what I'm going to play tomorrow when I meet him at Locals. You coming, to locals tomorrow, Joel? I think the answer is yes, because you said something about after locals. I wish they would ban alt art in tournaments. It makes it harder to see the board state. David, disagree. Sometimes, I guess I will concede that, yeah, board state maybe, and you can always request that, like, a player, you can ask if a player has non-alt arts, and in general, I try to bring at least 4 really out there cards, I guess. I don't know. But I don't know. I think they are, I maybe right when I started playing, I didn't feel too great about alt arts, but it has been a great joy of playing the game for me lately, with like going to tournaments and alt art tables. I'm, largely chasing after like official alt arts. But in some cases, like the stuff from Montreal, they were amazing commissioned art. I probably need bifocals, but the art isn't helping me. Mitosis Prov. Okay. Boy. Strike Fun. See this miniature gambles, of course. So read a book. Playing Silk Song. What else? Do I play those Sure Gambles? Do I play those Sure Gambles? I'm a sucker for the original lady. All right. Triple Sure Gamble, double price. Those are strike funds that I slayed, not the price. Went to the podcast recording for My Favorite Murder. That was a lot of fun. I assume that no one else actually went to that, because I assume someone would have said so, that they were there as well. But it was very cool. I think I've listened to something like between 50 and 100 episodes of My Favorite Murder. I'm not up to date on them like currently. My wife is, and she was supposed to go with a friend, but her friend got sick, so I ended up being the drag along. But I was one of the drag alongs who actually like knew what was going on, which was kind of fun. The price. As a podcaster, I appreciate a good podcast. What non-Netrunner podcasts do you all listen to? I'm curious about that as well. Anybody got any, like, your favorite podcast recommendations? I'd love to discover something new. The stuff that I usually listen to, No Such Thing as a Fish, is a constant, like it comes back up over and over again. Let me see what's on my podcast stream. King's Court podcast I've been listening to lately is a Netrunner podcast, obviously. If you haven't heard Axu and the King, Brandon, talking, that's a lot of fun. Of course, there's the ShadowNet with Zeroth, Maxima, Phil, and Sam, Whiteblade. So No Such Thing as a Fish. So Very Wrong About Games, but I'm doing a lot less board game podcasts lately because Netrunner just fills that role for me in a way that like it didn't used to. Wiser Than Me with Julia Louis-Dreyfus is cool, where she interviews people. I've only listened to like maybe 3 or 4 episodes of that. So most of these are Netrunner. Mythos Busters, they haven't been doing stuff, but that was an Arkham Horror podcast that I listened to for a long time. I think they've kind of put the mics down for a good long while. Mission to Zix is my favorite. If you haven't listened to Mission to Zix and you like laughing, you should go check it out. It's an improv comedy sci-fi podcast, and it's fantastic. And it's actually like it had completed, and now they're like starting up a new thing called the Old Derf Chronicles, which is coming out soon. Magnus Archives / Protocol, but I like audio dramas over typical podcasts. Joel, what are you talking about? Audio? Oh man, speaking of audio dramas, there was one that was, it's like a a Lovecraftian thing that the BBC did, where they basically like did Lovecraft universe, but like first person perspective stuff. In an audio in a podcast format, audio drama style. It's really good. What was that called? BBC Lovecraft. Audio drama. The Lovecraft Investigations. BBC Radio 4. If you're into Lovecraft, those are so well done. They actually like made me jump a couple of times, like listening to the production. It's really good. It's like people with field recorders, and the sound design's very good. Big fan. All right, bling. It's a bling deck. What are we blinging? I mean, I guess we got Simulchips, Gachapon, Devil Charm. Could potentially be one Solidarity Badge. Devil Charm. 3 Devil Charm. Is it Chisel Charm deck. Okay. Devil. 1 copy of Audrey. 1 Breaker. Okay. That's spicy. I always look at Demolisher and think, maybe one day. There's Bling. There's the 3rd Devil Charm. You need a Buffer Drive, Gachapon, and Simulchips. So Gachapon, there we go. 2 Gachapon. This seems fun. I'm interested in this. That's 2 bling decks now that I have built, because the other one is a blanking on her name. Topon. Bling deck. Bling. Buffer Drive. I've enjoyed the Horn Section podcast. What's that? Yeah, Joel, listen to the Lovecraft. Man, it's such a bad memory. The Lovecraft Investigation is really good. 1 Audrey's probably fine with Ash and Buffer and 3 Simulchips now. Yeah, and also triple Devil Charm, triple Chisel, triple Botulus. Yeah, I think it is probably fine. I'm always looking at lists like this, going like Charm Offensive. This seems like a perfect deck for a Charm Offensive. Oh, this is a 50-card Lou, huh? That's a big Lou. The Horn Section is a band fronted by Alex Horn of Taskmaster fame. Taskmaster is a thing that I have heard so much about that I have never interacted with at all. I don't know anything about it besides they give people tasks and it's cool. And that there's Taskmaster, like BBC, and then there's a US version or something, I think. But it's one of those that I have never gotten into. Sort of the main joke is that Alex is not good at music, but the rest of the band is professional musicians. So the Horn Section is a band, and there's a podcast where the members of the band just like hang out. What do they talk about? We should do Netrunner Taskmaster at Worlds. What would that be, Salmir? Like, someone explain Taskmaster to me so I don't need to Google it. Devil Charm, Gachapon, triple Simulchip. Gotta love a Simulchip. That's why. Simulchip. Oh, which one's going to win first? Sorry, that one. David will be happy. The non-alt art Simulchips occurred first in the deck, or in my stack of cards here. Oh, it's got Nuka. It's a runner deck, so it's got Nuka. Let's see if I have any Nukas left. Nuka's in every... There we go. Good. That's good. In every single runner deck right now. These Nukas seem better. The sleeves are a little bit less worn. I don't need those in it yet, though. Triple Simulchip, Solidarity Badge, Cacophony. 1 Cacophony in 50 cards. That seems like it's hard to find. That's like almost cuttable, except the pressure when you do find it seems pretty good. Cacophony Cookbook. Is there an Iru in the list? No. There are twinnings, though. There's a twinning. The 2 seamless could be... I think that you might... someone might want to tell AA that they're pretty far back in time. Yo, Andre. Cacophony can also be found off Gacha, so it's not exactly 150. Oh, that's true. That's true. How's it going, Andre? Thanks for joining. This is probably the last deck build of the evening. Is there a hand on the deck? Just building decks for locals, and I haven't played a Loup in a while, and this one seems cool, although larger than I want it to be. What am I looking for? Cookbooks. There's a cookbook. The new keyboard is so good. All right, wait, this is just for Andre. New keyboard. I need to have a reason to type something. It's just real nice. And I dimmed the lights earlier and took put the RGB on. Oh, maybe that's why you can't see it. It's south-facing RGB, so it's like kind of hard to. You can sort of see it pulsating here in the bright light. But I did manage to get the lilac keys on there. The original keys are like a retro office thing, and they're very high. Like the keys are super tall. I'm a little annoyed. I can't tell if it's real now that I'm looking at it from this angle. But no, maybe it's not real. These 3 keys. This is a funny layout. This is called a 96% keyboard layout, where there is a numpad. Like you'll see like a lot of mechanical keyboards are just like these little tiny things about this big, where there's the main keys and up, down, left, right, but it's like crammed in there. This also has a full numpad, and then this concession of like home, page up, page down, and delete. And I actually swapped the home and the delete, because delete up here didn't make any sense to me, because I'm always like moving around and then hitting delete. But the keycap set came not specifically for this layout, and like it expected. I think the main thing that I was going through was like a full layout, and the alt function and control aren't these skinny guys. They're longer, so they wouldn't fit. So they're a little bit lower than the space bar. And this is like the kind of problem that only I will ever notice. But yeah, I'm really, really enjoying it. It's a lot of fun. So yeah, new keyboard's good. Tasks are all right. So all right, we got Taskmaster description. Each season there are 5 comedians competing. They're given various tasks such as build the tallest tower of cards, but you may not touch the cards with your hands, and then hilarity ensues. All right, that sounds pretty sick. Tasks are either competitive, for example, eat the most watermelon in a minute, or creative, make 3 funniest 1-minute video that can be played backwards and see how they go. They're delightful. What did you do with the shape keys? What do you mean the shape keys? Oh, the triple. Yeah, I wasn't sure about that. I should like pull the set out. I did. This is totally useless as it is right now. But it was like the cohesive set of mute, volume up, volume down, and yet this dial here also, when you press it, it mutes and then dials volume up and volume down. So I'm probably gonna swap these out. I just wanted to get them on before the stream so I could have the pretty thing. I will probably do like a print screen button on one of them, and then I'm not sure about the other 2. These 3 in the original layout were like triangle, circle, and square or something like that. Anyway, where were we? Cookbook. I got 1 cookbook, and then I got distracted. Fencer. We know Fencer's in there. Is there a Trickster? No. 2 Paladins, though. There's the second cookbook. There's a sleeved second cookbook. Even better. No Hannahs. No Lagos? 2 Lagos. All right, and then Paladins. We definitely got to play the plural Paladin, the mini plural. Do I have another one that's sleeved? Always looking for the sleeved ones. No. Paladin. All right, so cookbook, check. Nukas. Fencer. Double Lago, double Paladin, twinning, See, I feel like you could probably play this list with like one paladin and, well, no, because you really want the twinning, I guess. 50 card Loup. I know, I agree. Undo click button. Oh, actually, sick. I am totally gonna do that. I'm gonna record a macro that is undo click. Because that's the thing that I guess you can do. I don't know how to do it, but I'm gonna figure it out. There's a website that you can use. That I don't want to like touch websites because my computer's been crashing a lot lately when I browse the internet, and I don't want the stream to just die. But with this keyboard, you can set up macros and just record key combinations. And I'm totally going to record undo click, and I'm going to make it a button. I was just saying that I want that. Double tap for undo turn. Andre, you're a genius. Oh man, that's so good. I'm going to play so much more JNet now. All right, twinning. We got through the resources. Gonna need an Audrey. Oh, that's so good. I really like that. Programs. Get a cool Stargate. Oh, we definitely need Botulises. I guess we'll use that. No, I like that Audrey. That's my favorite Audrey. Triple click for undo game. All right, Botulis. Fermenter, go to the NPCs, I guess. I don't know if I have just 2 of the official ones or not, if they're just hiding. No, there's the third. Triple Gourmand, right? Botulis. Go QTM fermenters instead. QTM fermenter. Oh, chisels too, yeah. Botulis. Gourmand. There's the third Gourmand, unless we have one sleeved. Always want to put Heliamphora in this deck. There's the third Botulis. I think that's everything. Odore. Man, is that a card, huh? Oh, no! Some of my runner cards are corp cards. Whoops. I got distracted. I was pulling the wrong sleeves. Triple tap for GG and concede. I like it. Man, that's such a good idea. Now I gotta, like, when I finish the stream up, I gotta go experiment with that. All right, Paladin. Twinning. Audrey. Triple Botulis. Oh, there's 4 Botulis here. That's probably not good. Chisels. Chisels probably won't. They are not sleeved. They are going to be in the stack of unsleeved cards. Let's go from the back. Let's see how close to the. Yeah, they are the 1, 2, 3rd card from the back, which is roughly how frequently I play with these cards. But in this deck, not the worst. I always want a Tranquilizer in a Loup deck, especially a Simulchip Loup deck. Especially a Simulchip Loup cookbook deck. Do I want a slot of Tranquilizer in here? It's like not strictly super competitive. And I don't know what I would cut. I do feel like I could cut like a Fermenter, a Chisel, a Botulis. Let's copy this and see if we want to tweak it at all. I think we will try and reduce the deck size slightly. I think we'll do 2 Botulis. Because that 50 card Loup is just too big. 2 Chisel. Part of the explanation for 50 cards is a bling deck. Yeah, but also it could just be a bling deck that like draws his cards even faster. 2 Devil Charm. Doesn't have a crew. No crews in this deck. Crew might be okay. 2 Fermenter. Still, I think you want the triple. This seems like a Keiko angle. Yeah. Yeah, we could get off bling and go Keiko. And plus there's a lot of MU situations. Yeah, I already have a bling deck. I'm going to do Keiko. I like it. In which case, like, I don't know if Gachapon makes quite as much sense anymore. Maybe not. I'm gonna cut the Gachapons. Demolisher. I looked at. You heard me say something about Demolisher. I think maybe. I need to. What is like the actual text on Demolisher? The trash cost. So it's +1 MU. The trash cost of each corp card is lowered by 1 the first time each turn you trash a corp card. Gain a credit. Huh. That's 4 to install. Yeah, but it doesn't give you the actual ability to trash. It just makes things like cheaper to trash. This would be an interesting thing to like bring both. To bring like 2 copies of Demolisher and like play a game, and then bring Carnivore is what I'm thinking of. 2 copies of Keiko. Carnivore. Trash 2 cards in your grip on access to trash the card you're accessing once per turn. I'm like, I don't know, that's probably bad. No, I'm gonna go Keiko. I'm gonna go find those blings and pull them out. Because when Loup gets broke, it's no fun. Goodbye. 2 Fermenter. 2 Chisel. Triple Gourmand still. Triple Gourmand. I've been chipping away at the new Superman movie. I tried to watch it with my wife the other night, and we shut it off because I was like, this sucks. I am not a fan. And then I like went back and we got as far, I don't know, we got maybe 35 or 40 minutes into it when like, well, whatever, I don't know, good spoilers, I guess, but I was like, this is like not the right tone. It didn't feel right. It was just kind of like, ugh. And then I turned it back on this morning when I was on the treadmill, and I watched through for another 35 or 40 minutes. And like now I'm kind of invested, and I kind of like it. But at first I was like, ugh, it's not quite right. I don't know. Not a huge, I'm like not on a lot of Marvel or Superman, superhero movies lately. Cookbook, Cacophony, Solidarity, Triple Simul Chip, remove the Gachapons, remove a Devil Charm. I mean, this is like kind of bog standard at this point, but I'm okay with that. What are we down to? 44 cards? This feels better to me. I don't know if I want to go to 40. Or a second Audrey. I'm going to go second Audrey. Where is Audrey? I don't know if anybody else had a similar experience with the new Superman. Everybody was talking about it. Or at least maybe that was just locally. Derek really. In our Discord, Derek had strong opinions on the Superman movie and was there to tell everyone that it was a bad movie. And then I was like, it's going to be good because he said it's bad. And then I sort of agreed with him, and now I'm kind of in between. All right. I wish Stargate worked with Loup. Maybe I don't actually wish that, but I always look at Stargate and go, ooh, Loup. Oh, wait, it doesn't work with Loup. Am I happy with this? I think so. 45 cards. What would I cut? A Sure Gamble? A copy of Cookbook? You played some Stargate tonight? Not out of Lewis, I assume. What a card. In a bad way, in a good way? Man, like original, the original instance of Stargate that I experienced that was that was tough was Hoshiko. I got like Holly at a local, my first like tournament that I went to down in the Boston area. I forget where that was. Pretty sure that Kevin was there. Kevin, do you remember that tournament like 2 years ago? I think it was about 2 years ago now that I came down to, and I brought like my podcast thing and I was interviewing people. And like Erica and Holly faced off at each other. I can't remember what that store was. I don't think we've been back. No, we have been back there. We hosted Nats there. NanPC Boston was there. What's that place? Battlegrounds. It's called Battlegrounds. It was a good one. Just a really fun card. I agree. I like the skill, like, the choice of what am I trashing from this list, and then it gives the corp like a really strong incentive to button that shit up real fast. Yeah, it was Battlegrounds in Norton. Yes. All right. 2 Audreys. 45 cards. I feel like I want to cut 1 card. Yeah, Joel. Yeah, exactly. It's funny to me that there's 1 twinning, but like multiple of the companions. Kind of tweaked this. There was a 50 card Loup Tharia that I tweaked and just basically cut some cards and swapped out from Bling to Keiko. That was Andre's suggestion. And I talked about Superman and how I can't tell if I like that movie or not because I haven't quite finished it yet, but I'm pretty close. Feels like every corp is on ScapeNet right now. So that's what, like taking out simulchips? You're not sure you believe in twinning. Yeah. That's right. Twinning is the main target. Well, every corp's on ScapeNet because every runner is on twinning. Because it's the only, like, real win con. Which is a bit of a bummer. I mean, there's also, I guess there's, what's the one in the Adobe deck? You know the one. The event. Q-Shook. Yeah, that's the one. Q-Shook. Devil Charm without crew? Devil Charm with Chisel. It's Chisel Charm. It's the original Devil Charm. I feel like 2 Chisels fine because of simulchips, although we were taxing some of this stuff. What about Scrounge? Was it Scrounge? I'm gonna put a Scrounge in here. Originalist, what I was on 1x twinning, I think that's also in part because of Gacha. Back in my day, we played it without crew and liked it. Didn't she, Chisel? Yeah. I'm going to put a Scrounge in because I feel like that's like extra chip business. Events. I know everyone hates Scrounge because it's so slow, but like if it brings back some cool stuff with 3 chips, you sure you need Scrounge? You ever play, I mean, like also Ashen? Probably not, but like I'm going to put it in. It's either a Scrounge or a Charm Offensive. Or a Finality. Where do I have any scrounges? Privileged access. Does this make sense? Maybe a privileged access? Do I have a resource that I would install from my heap? Cacophony, maybe. A privileged access actually is looking pretty good. No, I'm not at 50 cards. I'm at 46. You think 3 chisels? Because, like, need to see chisel? Only do practices of Iron Crew. There's a scrounge. I could play Shred. I just feel like Charm Offensive would be like a blowout situation sometimes. Finality is also pretty good. A little bit less patient than the twinning situation. None of your resources except Nougat are supposed to go into the trash. They're not supposed to go into the trash, but if you like accidentally hit, I don't know, if you hit your Cacophony, like it's a little bit of forgiveness for the Anarch aspect. This is not a Monday, Lucille. You're right. This is just chatting. Doing some deck building for locals tomorrow. Thike swears on 1x Charm Offensive in any list. Like, I do feel like this, I haven't played this card. Like, one time I've played it and it's done the thing, but I've not really put it in many decks. And I might just out of principle put it in this deck as a 1x for the late game when it, like, especially in this where I'm trashing ice left and right, if I can just trash another one for free, it seems pretty good. I'm going to do Charm Offensive. It'll pretty reliably eat ice in a Sabo list, yeah. Much more appealing than the 6 recursion card. Yeah, for sure can't guarantee what you're going to hit, but if you, well, in this case, I can, it's not, it's only doing like very mild sabotage. Cacophony is the only sabotage, there's a single card in this 47 card list. It's mostly going Chisel Charm, and I go back and forth. I don't know, I probably don't want 3 Devil Charm, 3 Chisel. But maybe I do, because Chisel Charm itself is very good. And then I want to go back down to 1 Audrey. Take the scrounge out. I'll put the Charm Offensive in. Oh, that's something that you missed, Lucy. This new sweet keyboard. Scroll back and hear me describing it multiple times. Yeah, it was on 1 Audrey before. Am I just like embracing the large deck list? It was on 1 Audrey to begin with because it's triple Chisel Charm. I haven't like taken it out yet. We're definitely doing a Charm Offensive. God damn it. I will report back on how awesome it is. Like, honestly, the Cacophony could almost go here. Between the Gourmands and the Chisel Charms and all that stuff. Botulus. I'm not positive on the Botulus. I guess it makes sense with your cookbooks. What was the deadline for the poker chip orders, and what was the verdict on pickup at Worlds? So the deadline is passed. All of the neon static poker chips are spoken for. I did order a couple extra sets, and those are spoken for. But I do have extra sets of these chips, the ceramic chips, the John V chips. So if you're interested, Lucy, then send me an email at neonstaticpod@gmail.com. And pick up at Worlds, it can happen. I can bring them over. I can't bring like a ton more over because then it gets to be a thing. But I do probably have room for another set or two. If we can figure out pick up at Worlds for a set of the ceramics, I'll pay. Yeah, Yep, send an email, and if you could fill out the form, there's a link in the description of this video for the PokerChip form. It should say waitlist at this point. Just fill out your info, and then in the comments section say you'd like to do Pick Up a Worlds, and then follow the directions in there for the payment. And if you have any questions, let me know. Yeah, they are ordered. It was a big, scary couple of pay now buttons for those. It was a big order. Okay, what am I doing with this list? I think I'm torn here. 2 Audrey it takes it back up to 48, and I really hate that. It's a lot of installables. Because now I've put it back up to 3 chisels and 3 devil charms. You hate Strike Fund? Looks like the link in the description is just for the neon static ones rather than these ceramics. No, you shouldn't fill that one in. Hold on, I'll get the link. That is the old one. Where can I easily get the link? It's this one. There is the link there. Yeah, waitlist form 91725. Let it become a pile. I don't know. Yeah, you're welcome. I've got triple Gormon. I've got 2 fermenter. I've got 2 chisel. This is back, yeah. I do think I want the 3 chisels. I'll go back on that one. Wait a second, where's the 3rd chisel? Is it in the deck still? Oh, there it is. If you change it to Hosh, it doesn't look as far over the minimum deck size. Yeah, and then I can draw through the cards faster, huh? With all the trash, though, like trashing all this... Man, Charm Offensive and Loup. You trashed 1 res acid. Yeah. Form infilled. Cool. Lucy, thanks. Cut the bad cards, play the good cards. Well, tell me what the bad cards are. Which cards should be cut? I'm willing to entertain opinions. I don't see too many bad cards in this list. And don't say Charm Offensive. It's staying in the list. What's a bad card in this list? Cacophony? Maybe, but it's like got really good synergy. Could do like 1 Paladin, maybe. You think Cacophony? All right, let's get rid of it. It's gone. I think it made more sense with Gachapons and Bling and stuff. Now we're at 47. I'd like to get to 44 again. That felt good. I think 1 Lago. If any. Yeah, 1x Paladin. 1x Paladin, 1x Lago. Lago's my entire draw. But I don't want to like Lago the world necessarily. I got 1 twinning. If I trash my twinning, I have no way of getting it back. I don't really love Lago in this list. I'm going to do that. It's a May. You'd cut a chisel. What do you mean it's a May? It's a May. Yeah. Right. I guess once you have all of the one of pieces in the list accounted for, then you can rip it, I guess. But if not two, hesitation is defeat. Cacophony can trick the corp into using ScapeNet on it so you can play the twinning after. That's the main thing that it's doing. You've got a buffer drive in Ashen. Oh, that's true. I do have a buffer drive. I forgot I have buffer drive. Okay. All right, Lago. Card draw's good. Where'd I put it? All right, we're back up to 2 Lago. You're convincing me. We'll go 2 Chisel. It's only good with simul chips, so you only need 1, really. But you gotta find it. And ideally, you want to find it like somewhat early. If you go 2 Chisels, do you want to go 2 Devil Charm? Yeah, exactly. You definitely don't want it in your opening hand. Fair enough. All right, this is 44. I think I could do 44 card. All right, I'll cut those back out. These have gone in and out of the deck twice now. I think I'm okay with 44. This seems all right. I'll play it as it here. The price. There's a fair amount of installables. Keiko, Devil Charm, Simul Chip, Solidarity. They're cheap though. Strike funds can go with the price. Get a crisp 40. Cut 2 price, cut 2 strike fund. I like that. They're really nice Lago hits. They're great with Audrey. Cut strike funds and go a 3rd fermenter. A single rising tide. Why do we need a rising tide? By itself. I don't love that. Unless there's something in particular that you're worried about. Samak, so you trash it. You chisel charm it. You're saying you don't want to burn it on there? Okay. All right. I'll give it a try. Price will go. We'll put in 1 rising tide. Oh, really like it. Really like it. Third fermenter and cut a. Nah, I like the strike funds, man. I like them. I'm gonna try this list. Yeah, I'm gonna try this. And, see where I go from here. Botulus, we have 2 Audrey, we need a rising tide. and cut the price. I remember when the price came out, it was just like, man, can you believe this card got printed? It was so good, and now I don't see it in too many lists these days. This is going to derail the whole build, but the modern meta has become super hostile to AI breakers. Yes. Yes, and it will derail the whole build, for sure. We'll see if I hate Audrey as much. I mean, what, besides Samoxamone, what is the hostility? Hammer, I guess, right? Don't really see VSAs anymore. Hagen, yeah, okay. That's why I have Resin Tide. That's why we have Chisels. Yeah, VSA isn't real. This is 43 cards. I'm gonna try that. I mean, this is just for fun at locals. I'm not brewing for winning things. I'd like to see what Modern Lou is like. Do I actually have 43? Let's find out. I should. Well, whatever. That's the original deck name. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15, 16, 23, 24, 25. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 1, 2, 3. Yep. Cool. We got a Lou. We got Bling. Bling Topon. We got Musaha. We got Dewi. Ob. Built to Last. The Leo. It's probably the most real deck. And then my Djupstad AU Co. I'm mostly excited to try the Djupstad AU Co. in person. Does this have simulchip and cookbook to potentially survive Stavrun? I mean, that's one of the upsides. This Lou is far from too big. C is 51 cards too many for Lou. I mean, like, I hear you. But I think one of the superpowers of Lou is that it is a 40-card deck. Like, I feel fairly strongly about that, and like I'm already playing like a ridiculous bonker size Topon. I'd like to have just a kind of normal sized Lou built, and this is somewhere in between. 43 cards seems okay. Cookbook plus Charm crushes Stavrun. Yeah, fair enough. Cool. I think that's the list. I don't have anything else left for the stream necessarily. I just want to get the things built. Oh, and it's 11 o'clock. So this has not been part of the... We've had Gold Farmer on the stream, on the screen forever. Not the standard streaming schedule here at Neonstat. I kind of go back to the lonely view. Oh, no, I'm not going to do that because I'm going to do this. But I do still want to thank the patrons for making this possible. I did mention earlier that I have like a bunch of upgrades to the studio coming. It's 11:08, so you need to go until 12 now. Yeah, I only end the streams at like hour increments. A bunch of upgrades to the studio coming in. It's not stuff that necessarily will be visible to the audience, but I got like monitor mounts. My monitor setup, we can go rogue here. So I don't know if you can see. So now this is a terrible view. There's my chat. This is like a big long monitor that's on the table, and then over there on my desk, I've got two monitors sitting on there, and then I also have my soundboard. Right. Those. That way. I got an arm this way. Yeah. This is what Nick's there for usually. I got a monitor arm for all of those things. So I got one for this main big monitor that will actually, I can bring the monitor closer to us so we can read a little easier, which is nice. These two I can actually stack vertically now. And then the Rodecaster, the audio interface, also has a Versa mount thing on the back. So I can actually get that off the table and move it around, which is going to be pretty sweet. Also, just like very unexciting things like a USB extender PCIe card, not extender, but a USB PCIe card that has extra USB slots for my PC, which is always the thing I'm running out of. And just stuff that's been like annoying to buy: this keyboard, a new mouse, so that I can actually have it over here and not have the typing be all a problem. So anyway, thank you to the patrons. Thank you to everyone who bought poker chips for helping make things better. It's fun to get stuff and make incremental improvements on the setup. And it's been fun to just do a Just Chatting stream, because I just have been sitting here talking to you all through the magic of the internet. And I appreciate you hanging out and giving me suggestions for all of these decks. I'm going to have fun playing them tomorrow night. And, yeah. Remember to run with your eyes closed and all that stuff. Thanks for hanging out. And it's okay, bye. Okay, bye.